did we wake you up? Oh, it's one of my friends calling. It's an owl. Who am I? Oh, well, I'm Digger from the movie Legend of the Guardians. In the film, my friends and I tell an epic story of owls fighting for survival. But we also learn how great it is to be an owl. And how owls are vital to our environment. I'm telling you, you can't live without me.
You're right, Digger. I, for one, can't live without you.
Oh, hello, Rico. Rico's here to tell us why owls matter so much and how totally cool we are.
Yeah, Digger. Owls are the coolest birds in the animal kingdom. There's about 200 species of owls all over planet Earth. You know, from the Arctic
to the rainforests,
to your backyard.
But wherever owls live, we inhabit a mysterious world. And if you can know more about our owl secrets, you can do more to protect us and the habitats we live in. I tell you, the biggest threat to owls is really a lack of information. People just don't know that much about it.
There's a lot of different owls from a lot of different places. Right, Digger?
Oh, there's a relative of mine. Oh, he's a burrowing owl.
Wow, owls have human-like faces. Very cool.
Some of us are very silly. And some of us are very serious.
Owls are silent and masterful flyers.
Yes, correct. Oh, we're masters of a lot of things, actually. Being an owl myself, I can tell you some surprising facts about us and reveal some owl secrets as well. Now, this one you probably already know. Owls are nocturnal, which means we're mostly active at night when no one else is around. Good times.
That's one of the reasons why owls are so misunderstood. In stories, they're presented as wise old birds. But are owls really like that?
Oh, but of course. Haven't you seen my movie?
Well, let's find out. We took a trip to a very special place where the makers of Legend of the Guardians did a lot of their research on owls. We went to visit our friend Carolyn Screech at the Screech Owl Sanctuary in Cornwall on the southwest coast of England.
Hello. Here at the Screech Owl Sanctuary, we've got over 120 owls. Some of them are sick and injured and can't go back to the wild, and we give them a comfortable, permanent home here at the sanctuary. We also do a lot of work with education and conservation as well, and we've got one of the largest collections of owls in the country.
Carolyn, what type of owl do you have there?
This is Fluffy. Fluffy's a British barn owl. He was involved in a road traffic accident, but as you can see, he's actually made a full recovery and is doing extremely well. Sadly, due to the road traffic accidents, British barn owl has declined a lot in numbers over the recent years.
Well, what do you do to protect Fluffy?
Not all owls are endangered. The barn owl's quite common all over the world. It's only here in Britain that the numbers have declined. Unfortunately, barns are being converted into homes, and we've had to do a lot of siting of nest boxes. Also, with major road developments, we've had to plant trees and hedgerows to keep the barn owl away from the road and road traffic accidents. Thankfully, their numbers are starting to improve now.
What's a nest box?
Nest boxes are like rough bird houses. We also put a platform on them to allow the owl to actually land when they fly. We can site them on poles in fields. We also put them in trees where the birds can roost.
Places like this sanctuary allow people to experience owls up close. But remember, owls are wild. Thank you, Carolyn Screech. But who protects those owls that live deep in the forest? There's a man in Oregon who can show us. Dr. Eric Forsman is an ornithologist.
He's a what?
An ornithologist. He studies birds. He studies northern spotted owls.
Oh, well, I'd prefer to call him a fan. Much easier to say than ornithologist, although I didn't have much trouble saying it then. Maybe he'd like to have an autograph from me when we're done here.
Hi, guys. And yes, Digger, I am a fan of yours. In fact, I'm a fan of all owls. I spent most of my life studying owls, and that's probably what I enjoy doing more than anything else.
First of all, tell us how owls hunt.
Owls have always intrigued me because they're very unusual animals. They have incredibly good eyesight. They can see in almost total darkness. They have very good hearing, and they can fly very quietly at night. So they're a very efficient predator when most people are home in bed. In the case of the spotted owl, they're somewhat of a specialist. They forage mainly on mice, wood rats, and flying squirrels. See, these are the talons. These are what they grab their prey with. Ow!
Just like that.
And then they bite like that. They're pretty tough little dudes. Attitudes about owls have changed a lot in the last 50 years. What we've actually learned is that the vast majority of owls are beneficial. That is, they prey on small mammals, things like voles and mice that are often pests in agricultural areas. So actually, the owls do a good service to humans.
Why is the spotted owl threatened?
The spotted owl is of concern because we know that their populations are declining, but we just don't quite understand exactly why.
But why are these owls important?
Be careful.
One of the main reasons that we're interested in studying spotted owls is because they occur primarily in old forests, or what we call old growth. And we know that, at least historically, those forests were gradually decreasing, mainly because of logging, but also fire and other disturbances. As a result of that, we became concerned that their populations might be declining. And so we started these long-term studies where we actually go out every year and count the number of owls in different study areas to actually track their population trends.
Okay, so owls are an important piece of the ecological puzzle. Now I want to see how owls do all the cool stuff they do.
Oh, you'll never be a sophisticated flying machine like me, Jake. It'd be fun to see you try. All species of owls are different, yet we share some common traits that no other birds have. For instance, burrowing owls, like me, mostly live in holes in the ground created by gophers or prairie dogs. The great horned owl, on the other hand, lives and hunts in the trees. It's one of the biggest owls in the world, and I'm one of the smallest. Not that I suffer from small owl complex, but when either one of us fly, we hardly make a whisper.
Okay, this isn't so easy.
Oh, I'm so surprised. You don't have the right feathers. We owls can move so quietly because of our special flight feathers. See, the upper surface has a soft, velvety pile, so when they rub against one another, they make no sound. The leading edge of the wing is also ruffled, so air moves silently over it. Now you're impressed. Do you know, that mouse never heard the owl coming. Since we're talking about hearing, owls have extraordinary hearing, and once again, it's partly because of our feathers. No, I said feathers, not ears. The small feathers around an owl's eyes are called a facial disc, and they're arranged so that they funnel sound to the two ear holes on the side of the owl's head. With the owl's beak looking like a nose, the whole thing resembles a person's face, but really, it's all about hearing.
It's like a big feather antenna.
Well, sort of. With this dish-like instrument, we can hear rodents like mice and voles rustling in the grass from a long way away. The most remarkable feature, however, on an owl is our eyes. The eyes of an owl are designed for nighttime hunting. First of all, they face forward like a person's, and they're huge. If a human's eyes were as proportionally big as an owl's, do you know they'd be the size of big oranges? Oh, now you're seeing the big picture. You see, this allows a lot of light into the eye. Owls can't see in pitch darkness, but almost. And tests show that in total darkness, we can even hunt using sound. Because of our big eyes, people consider us to have great insight, wisdom, or even the ability to find lost objects. Which I do. Our eyes are fixed in our sockets, so that when we want to look at something, we need to move our whole head. Do you know, owls have extra bones in their necks which humans don't have, and that lets us turn our heads 190 degrees in each direction. But we can't turn our heads all the way around, but nearly.
Oh, I think I hurt myself.
Oh, goodness gracious, you okay? Do you need medical assistance? our necks are pretty skinny and they expand when we gobble down our meals. Our necks look quite large, but really, it's mostly just feathers.
With all those special powers, it's no wonder owls have fascinated people forever.
Yes, agreed. We're quite amazing. People all over the world will agree with that.
But in some parts of the world, the association with nighttime also makes some people afraid of owls.
Who's afraid of owls? I mean, unless you're a mouse, there's no reason to be afraid.
And who hasn't felt a chill when hearing a barn owl call out from the edge of the night? But even when owls live far away from civilization, they're sometimes still on a collision course from the human world. For instance, the reclusive spotted owl that Dr. Forsman told us about earlier. For the last 20 years, that owl has been at the center of a conflict over logging in North America. But let's see what Dr. Forsman is doing to make sure owls have a future.
Oh, look who it is, my biggest fan.
Dr. Forsman and forest researcher Rhea Claremont are going out to find a pair of spotted owls that have 3 chicks this year. Northern spotted owls are rare, and there are only about 2,000 left in the wild.
Yeah, we just heard the owls. They're right up just ahead of us here, about maybe 50 meters or so, not very far at all. This is really unusual to have 3 juveniles at one site. Usually spotted owls only have 1 or 2 babies per year, but in a really good year like this year, you'll find occasional pairs that have 3 young. When they have enough energy to produce 3 young, that means that there's a lot of food out there and they have a lot to eat.
Part of our job is to monitor and keep track of these birds, so I'm going to try and put bands on its legs, which will identify it in the future.
Obviously, we do most of our studies out here in the wild because that's really the only way you can learn about what these birds do under natural conditions, what they eat and where they nest and that sort of thing. This is really typical owl habitat right in here. I mean, the great big trees that are probably 500 years old. That's the favorite kind of habitat that spotted owls like. They like to nest in the really big trees. They like to roost down low in the really small trees.
By some estimates, less than 10% of old-growth forests are left in the Pacific Northwest.
Do you know one of my favourite things to do is to look at online owl cams. They're web cameras showing owls at home in their nesting boxes. Oh, I guess it's a personal interest.
On the other side of the world, an almost identical fight plays out in the ancient old-growth eucalyptus forests of Tasmania and Australia. Owls are in trouble there too. Let's go visit Andrew Kelly, the managing director of Taroona Wildlife Park in Tasmania. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, guys. This is Rulla, the Tasmanian masked owl. She comes from the old-growth eucalyptus forests you find around here at Mole Creek in Tasmania. Isn't she a magnificent bird?
Oh, that looks like a barn owl.
The Tasmanian masked owl and its close cousins, the Australian masked owls, are the biggest of the barn owl family.
Oh, why are they in trouble?
Their forests are fast disappearing, but forestry officials say that's all been done to a careful plan, but the owls don't see it that way. If we continue cutting down their forests, the only place we may see these owls is in a zoo.
Not if I can help it.
There's something we can all do about this. Let's make sure there are lots of real owls where we live. Thankfully, owls all over the world have tons of friends. People care about owls.
Do you know, every year there are more people involved with owl research, owl sanctuaries and owl conservation. Anywhere that owls are in trouble, people are finding new ways to help. From Australia to the rainforests of Madagascar and the Amazon to the British Isles and to the tall trees of Oregon and California.
With your help, this most useful bird will thrive in your community. To help protect these owls and the places where they live, or even adopt an owl, go to the National Wildlife Federation website at nwf.org/owls.
And you too can be a guardian, a true guardian of the owls.
Who?
Yes,
You!